Marvel Cinematic Universe fans have been longing for a return to form for the MCU and Marvel Studios ever since Avengers Endgame in 2019. In the years following the release of the $2 billion comic book juggernaut, Marvel has seemingly withered on the vine, even as Disney has acquired even more character rights, such as those that were included as part of the $70 billion purchase of 20th Century Fox. Now, after 6 long years, we finally have the initial cast list for Avengers Doomsday, delivered in the most bizarre way possible and featuring characters that leave much to be desired. Let's talk about Marvel's 5-hour live stream, featuring the names of actors on director's chairs, here on That Park Place. What isn't fantastic, however, is that cast list that, Marvel took 5.5 hours to reveal on some live stream right there?
Yeah, let me tell you something about this, all right, Vash? I was all 5.5 hours of that. I had to sit here chained to my desk while they waited 15 minutes between reveals to slowly pan to a bunch of chairs for a bunch of Z-listers.
Yeah, this is...
I was regretting my life choices. I was sitting there listening to that stupid music, and I was like, I wonder if Target's hiring.
That's stuff right there. Look at that, Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. That's good.
Oh my gosh, Wyatt Russell. Look.
Yeah.
The Sentry.
These are some big names, culture. Come on, how can you be dismissive of this? Go ahead.
This was terrible. The characters that were announced, it's like the giant list of nobody wants and some people like. That's all it is. It's like, okay, Kelsey Grammer, he's 1,000. He's perfect for, coming back and...
How dare you insult the great
X-Men.
name of Kelsey Grammer?
I love him, but his character's 1,000 years old.
We've got every Thunderbolt except for Taskmaster. We've got a slew of Fox X-Men. It sounds like this. What is the budget for this movie?
Let's see. They paid for 2 movies. They paid $80 million to RDJ, and they paid $80 million to the directors. So right now we're at $160 million for 2 films for each of those. But let's just call it $80 million. Just in, we'll divide it in half. They're $80 million for those folks, and there's RDJ in a chair.
Which is funny because he's doing the Agatha pose right there at the end, the turn around and do the shush thing, because apparently the Marvel cinematographers have only one move when it comes to these kind of chairs here. I'll say that easily this is a $600 million movie before they even get to the inevitable reshoots and things like that.
No, I'm with you. I think it's even more than that. But okay, so Chris Hemsworth, good. Mm-hmm. We don't know what's her name's going to do yet. Don't care about Anthony Mackie. So I don't care about Sebastian Stan anymore either. That's not a good thing. I don't care about Leticia Wright. I'm almost over Paul Rudd, believe it or not. Wyatt Russell, please. We haven't had enough experience with him to even care. But he does survive, the A24 style Thunderbolts. So what does that tell you? Simu Liu, everybody despises. Everybody's what did you say? Boba Tea guy? The
Boba Tea enthusiast.
Yeah. By the way, your tweets yesterday were crushing it, dude.
I was so bored with this. Like, there's no way that I could have sat there and just say this person, this person, this person. This was actively a waste of everyone's time.
Oh yeah.
Like hearing that the Thunderbolts were in there, we're like, oh, okay, so there goes an hour.
Joseph Quinn.
You could have just said the Fantastic Four, and that would have been another 40 minutes right there, because it wasn't 10 minutes a piece on each one.
It felt like eternity. I went back to try to watch some of it, and I was like, oh no, thank you. Oh, no, thank you. Unlike Marvin, who just gets to lounge by the TV all day, I actually have to work and do streams and videos and stuff. So.
Don't you dare! I will cut off your beard.
Barbaric. But hey,
it's me with a good time. All right. Anyway.
Well, that's the thing. So I think a lot of people are asking how much this movie is, and yes, I do agree with you, Jonas. I think it's going to be plus 500 million, plus 500, 600, or I should say $600 million production. But here's the thing, though. We heard from the Russo brothers actually pretty recently about the fact that they were looking at setting up all of the characters in front of them via baseball cards with all of their contracts listed on them, with all of their reported like movies that they have left in their contracts, and that's how they kind of organize, I guess, the script and story beats and so forth in order to work with these characters. That tells me that I think a lot of these people, especially these Z-listers that you're seeing on screen right now, are on multi-picture contracts. So at least for maybe, I don't know, majority of them, maybe they won't have to be shelling out that much in order to get them on for this specific production.
I wonder if some of them found out from this live stream that one of their films is going to be Avengers Doomsday.
I think so, right? But
Kelsey Grammer goes, "Oh, my stars and garters."
Oh my. I'm listening.
Do you think on the flip side, do you think that a lot of people who may have thought that they were going to be in Doomsday now finds out, maybe I'm not going to be there, because there are a lot of characters that are featured,
but they're not
on these shares.
This was part one, dude. This is like a Nintendo Direct this month and next month.
Oh, okay. So you're going with the Hollywood Reporter line right here, right? Culture sources say that even with 26 actors announced, Marvel isn't done with revealing the entire cast for Avengers Doomsday, although when and how another unveiling would occur was unclear. Yes, more chairs probably is going to happen.
I have to tell you, the chairs reference yesterday, at first I was like, what is he? Oh, we're going to play Game of Chairs now. Okay.
Exactly.
This is terrible. Jonas, like you said, your tweets yesterday were spot on.
Well, aren't we all looking forward to the moment when Dr. Doom decides that he's going to give up on his evil ways and decides to sacrifice himself again here for all this? I don't know what they could possibly have in Avengers Doomsday that will ratchet up the stakes, unless it's a continuation of what happened in Endgame. I mean, okay, Endgame has its problems. It is not a complete movie. It's got so much tacked onto there because it has to serve as not just the sequel
to wrap it up
to Infinity War, which Infinity War is the best Avengers movie, no question to me whatsoever. It was tight. It was well done. You introduce a new character. In some ways, you could say the protagonist of that movie is Thanos.
Yeah,
because it's just amazing how they set up this wonderful
it's Thanos' movie.
Yes, and then you get to Endgame, and it is checking so many boxes. And we need this Ham moment, and we need this, and we need that. It really, Endgame probably should have been two movies in and of itself. That ends with a wonderful goodbye to those first six Avengers. And Doomsday is, we really, really need money for Bob Iger's sake. So please, let's make this next movie.
So Infinity Wars, you pointed out, is the phallus movie, and the Endgame is the chalice movie. And I say that more because of the wonderful A-Force presentation at a senseless point in a battle.
Yeah.
In both movies have that though.
No,
Endgame
the girl power really no. The feminine showed up in the second film hard.
Oh yes.
The first film was masculine.
What do they have in? I want to hear what Marvin's saying about what was that moment in Infinity War.
Okay.
Oh, there's the moment where all the female heroes gang up on the female member of the Black Order, with Dark.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
So they have that. They do have that moment in Infinity War, but it is far more overt and far more egregious in Endgame. It's literally like, welcome to the MCU, everyone. Like it's the kickoff.
So you think that was the Real Housewives moment?
Yes.
I've never watched that show, but I'm going to go ahead and agree with you anyways. Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch are two unbelievably powerful characters. First of all, they do the job of keeping Doctor Strange out, because Doctor Strange went toe-to-toe with Thanos for a very long time, and it was one of the most amazing things that's ever happened in the MCU. And then you have Scarlet Witch, who is technically more powerful, depending on the day, and Captain Marvel, who can apparently, without getting winded, fight Thanos hand to hand. So why does she need help? I mean, this has been said on the internet a million times over. She doesn't need help from the little African lady with the spear that happens to be made of a special material. She just needs to just go.
Well, she might need help though getting cast. See, that's the thing that was missing here from the casting list.
after 5.5 hours of this, just waiting in dread for her name to pop up, I wrote this article with the hugest smile on my face.
Yes, indeed. Brie Larson not announced for Avengers
they're
Doomsday
not
as
going to
MCU
keep her
starts
out
all
of
three of the Marvel cast. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I interrupted you. I apologize.
No. I was just saying that
they're not keeping her out of there. That's all I'm saying, Vash. She'll be in this movie.
But why wouldn't you announce at least, Miss Marvel or Monica
Because you have to mix in. It's like a deck of cards. Hey, I got an ace of spades. That's really good. Oh, I got a two of diamonds. The heck is that? That's what this is. And then they're going to shuffle the deck again and roll out a bunch of more characters like those baseball cards you were talking about. Because I have a feeling this drip we got yesterday. Who's the anchor? Who's the star? Who's going to be the leader of the Avengers? Who at this point, I'm going to say the last two, which is who cares? Who cares? I don't care.
Captain, not America.
Well, but here's the thing. This is an Avengers movie, and Kevin Feige was very clear after Endgame that Captain Marvel is the new centerpiece of the Avengers. And the fact that she wasn't front and center in this, that is proof positive that is no longer the case. When you have the biggest bomb in Marvel history, a movie that did not make $100 million domestically and barely scraped together 200 mil worldwide, that's got to be an eye opener. People do not like this character. People do not like this woman. We have to move away from this.
No. I think they don't like the storylines. I think everybody now knows beat for beat the craptasticness that they're going to shove into this film. They have feminized the Marvel brand so much. And they've removed the characters that people like and treated them so poorly. Fans aren't showing up. If you don't have your core audience, if you don't have the rabid fan base people, you got nothing. That's what happened to Star Wars.
Yeah.
They managed to destroy Indiana Jones just in the announcements alone, and having it leaked, that it was old man, worthless Indiana Jones, bad dad trope. Everybody's done with that. And if they don't see that in a time of hope and a time of everybody in America rejecting the neo-Marxism, they're dumb.
What's fascinating to me, though, you're totally right that they only get in their own way because they don't understand what the fans want here. But with the Marvels, it's funny to me the number of people that stopped dunking on Brie Larson herself. All she has to do is show up in a tank top, and all of a sudden there's an entire section of the male audience that couldn't stand Brie Larson. That are wait, hold on, let her talk. Maybe she has something to say.
It doesn't hurt.
Well, it's a fascinating thing. You put a pretty girl trying to look pretty in front of men, and they will go, maybe she's got a point here. Maybe I can fix her.
Well, do you remember like a month or so ago, we ran this story where like someone was interviewing her and they were like, well, how do you feel about all the toxic Marvel fans? And she was like, nope. And she like abandoned ship. Her publicist like leaped in front of her. Like they are being insanely careful with the things that she says now.
The media training, this is so great because we just had another incident like that happen. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about and when I mention it in a second, but we've seen media training and then we've seen barriers placed in front of things like with Rachel Zegler, but most recently with this Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds scandal against Baldoni. And we all know that, the mean girl is wrong. But you saw Anna Kendrick on the red carpet flee when she was asked anything about that case. It's like their publicists, you're spot on, Marvin. Their publicists are driving them away from these controversial issues because they're seeing what happens and how bad the collapse can be because it's bad.
It's very bad. And, at least for this film, I don't, for as much money as they're probably spending on this, not to have a lot of the A-list actors that we see, at least in these posters right here for Endgame and Infinity War, I think was very surprising. Not even Guardians of the Galaxy is featured on any of those chairs. So,
Star-Lord, Star-Lord's not there. It was
Bradley Cooper.
Spider-Man is not there.
Nope.
All of the New York heroes. Did you notice that Spider-Man, Doctor Strange?
New Jersey, Hell's Kitchen.
None of them are in this.
No ground level.
So Spider-Man 4 though comes out like 2 months after this movie. So I think that he's going to be the Ant-Man of this. Basically, we're like he's not there for that Avengers movie, but then he has his movie that shows where he's at, and then we bring him in for Secret Wars.
Yeah, that's a possibility right there.
Well,
and
that's the deal that reflects the Sony deal, right? With Spider-Man, right, Vash?
Where's Terrence Howard?
Yeah, how do you? I was saying this with Don Cheadle also not being in this. Like, how do you have this movie where all of a sudden Tony Stark is the enemy and you don't have Spider-Man or Rhodey in it?
I'm really unsure as to why they made that decision. Because Don Cheadle, you would think, I mean, he's not doing much out there.
I assume,
and he'd be a nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice
Is Armor Wars?
Cast. Go ahead.
Is Armor Wars going to be coming out before this?
Nobody's watching.
Armor Wars is not coming out.
Has that been made into a movie yet? Because there's no way they released that on Disney Plus.
That's what was their plan, wasn't it?
I mean,
are you saying that facetiously?
Ironheart obviously coming out in like June, and I can't wait to find out how they put another, a lesbian baby into that one.
Hey, dude, it's going to be the Checkbox Mafia still has, grasp on the past, dude. That's the problem. Is we're like 5 years away from getting anything that might be interesting.
But the last I heard was that's true. Ironheart is not on this list, and neither is Anthony Ramos. Of course, also Jon Favreau is not on this list, which I would be shocked if they don't have a scene where Victor Von Doom has to look at Happy Hogan or of course Tom Holland in all of this and explain himself, or Gwyneth Paltrow. Like the Iron Man supporting cast is not present here, so maybe they're saving all of that for Secret Wars. But obviously, they're gonna make a movie with more than 27 people in it. So there is another shoe that has to be dropping here.
Well, the rumor that I have heard is that Doom is going to be leading a like dark inverted like basic version of the Avenger, the original Avengers. So you're gonna have what's the name of the bearded Hulk, the old bearded Hulk.
Oh.
He's called the something.
The Fixer? Not the Fixer.
No.
I almost wanted to say Joe Isuzu.
No, but anyway, that version of Hulk. It would be the Maestro. That's it. Thank you, Hammer Biotech. I heard it was going to be Doom, the Maestro, Captain Hydra, some Red Room version of Black Widow, a dark version of Hawkeye, just getting them together. And probably evil Thor.
The Queen pin with Vanessa.
Oh God.
What?
Oh man, that's real funny. Well, we know at least, and to wrap this topic up in at least a positive light, we know that the X-Men are finally being incorporated, like you said earlier before. Kelsey Grammer playing Beast, Ian McKellen playing Magneto, Patrick Stewart playing. I mean, we're assuming they're playing all these roles, by the way, but obviously Professor X. How did you feel about them being included? And well, without Hugh Jackman, interestingly enough.
Well, I think that it's fine. I think we're gonna get a goodbye to them in this movie, like a send off between this and Secret Wars.
They're gonna die. It'll be fun.
I wasn't shocked when Patrick Stewart popped up. I was shocked when Ian McKellen popped up. You've also got Rebecca Romaine. You've got Alan Cummings. You've got James Marsden. So I was wondering how deep it was going to go. I was like, are we going to get Anna Paquin Rogue? Please no.
No. We
want Sydney Sweeney Rogue is what we want.
That would work. Thank you.
We want to and that's just the first name that comes to mind. But no, we want a rogue that is the poetry rogue, the super hot rogue that cannot be touched by human hands without killing you rogue. That is poetry right there, as opposed to the just normally, by the way, she's got powers that are unfortunate rogue.
Well, and the only person she could have any kind of a relationship with that doesn't have long lasting physical consequences is Hugh Jackman. But.
Oh wait, I just forgot. Channing Tatum is this one, so we got to age Rogue up. Someone else that's good looking that's a little bit closer to Channing Tatum's age.
No.
You just still want to like a
Sydney Sweeney,
a super young one.
Sydney Sweeney. Sweeney.
All right.
Or hey, who's out looking for work right now? Rachel Zegler.
Oddly enough, she never discovered she has powers.
No, she had them. She had them all along. She had them all along.
Yeah. Well, she's the key to everything.
Realized it.
Only the power to kill a movie.
Can I just say this one note, because we talked about the older gentleman here. Ian McKellen's the one I would worry about, because he had a fall from a stage not that long ago, and I don't know that physically he's there.
Well, it does also speak to how involved he's going to be in this movie, because if you have, first of all, they're going to kill Patrick Stewart for like the 4th time in this universe.
Oh my God, they killed Xavier.
Again,
we need to make that cartoon in South Park.
People were already saying that in the Hobbit movies that Ian McKellen was getting a little up there in years, and it's like miracle that he could still do these movies. I think he's signed on for The Hunt for Gollum, by the way, because what else is he doing? Andy Serkis is directing that, so I'm holding out hope. But maybe, I don't know.
It's more Tolkien that's not based on Tolkien.
Yeah, well, and if it's anything like the video game, I'm out. Oh, sorry, Jonas.
No, it's okay.
All I said was, if it's anything like the video game, I'm out.
Oh yeah, I have faith that it'll be better than that. I don't know. Ian McKellen is 85 and Stewart is 84. By the way, as long as they're not writing the script themselves, like Stewart supposedly did for Picard season 1 and 2, trying to design story beats themselves, I think it'll be fine. I think this also minimizes the amount of time that they're going to be on screen.
I think so. I'm not anticipating huge these characters to be a huge factor in this upcoming film, but we'll just have to see. I'm surprised by the omissions, and I'm kind of surprised by the people who were included. We'll have to see what other 5-hour announcements Marvel can drum up there. Butterbiscuit 92 with $2. Marvin, you should have watched Gary instead.
I didn't know Gary was live streaming during it.
Yeah, even he was like, "What are we doing here?" And it was very casual, and they were saying it was very casual. Chris Gore was like, "I'm sorry, I'm going to eat my lunch. I have another live stream after this." They're really, and they I think they knew beforehand who was going to be in there. They were hinting heavily that Gambit was going to show up, and he did. So I guess Ryan Reynolds gave Channing Tatum that back door into the universe.
Culture, I might have cut you off. Were you going to say something there?
No, I'm shaking my head a lot. This is, yesterday was awful.
well, this might cheer you up here, Culture, from Gory Eyed Beast with the Canadian $2. They're gonna bring back Namor, or they've learned nothing. Namor. Sorry.
Yikes. You have to sound like you're drowning at the end there.
Guy who spends all day swimming but is still somehow pudgy.
Yeah. Dude, look,
you have a swimmer's physique?
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Remember that guy that like won every gold medal ever and then like was eating 10,000 calories a day? That guy never eats. So how is he so fat? It's a good question.
Okay. Well, get in the swimmer shape there.
I mean, if I can get nerdy here for a moment, like Batman being ripped makes sense. Superman being ripped makes no sense, because nothing is a challenge for him. You have to have resistance in order to build muscle mass.
Well, no. So, the solar energy builds in his muscles and makes them big.
But okay, well, that doesn't make any sense physically. You have to have resistance in order to build muscle mass. He's just strong. Have you ever?
He's an alien, Jonas. His physiology works differently than ours.
I've run into some very large people that are not muscular at all. I mean, you've seen plenty of professional wrestlers who are super, super strong from the human standpoint. Are they all ripped?
Oh no, the ripped ones typically aren't the strong ones, because
exactly
as a wise man once said to Kevin and I, the juice it make you very big, it doesn't make you very strong.
That's actually really true. I mean, a lot of people are claiming that The Rock's actually got a great physique, but not any strength.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense, right?
I'm just saying, Batman, peak human condition. Superman, world's laziest Kryptonian.
Well, that's why in Flashpoint he was all skinny, because he had never seen the sun, because the sun never built up his muscles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I see.
Stop poking holes in perfection, Jonas.
I'll take Jonas. Returns. Curtis Joseph with the Canadian $15. Vash, Culture, Marvin, and Jonas. God bless you all, poor gentlemen. I hope they bring Wesley Snipes, Hugh Jackman, Ray Park back for Avengers Secret Wars. Lastly, is the Zeg now a Hollywood pariah?
I hope the same things that you hope. And she has to be. She's hiding out on Broadway now, right? She's going, maybe she'll work with Leslie Headland.
Yeah.
Didn't Leslie Headland's show already get closed?
Yes, it did. But she lined up like the next 6 gigs because she's a producer. She's a pitcher. That's how she got the Acolyte.
Well, there was also her Netflix gig, which, she stepped away, or Amazon Prime or whatever streaming show she had coming next that she stepped away from.
Oh my. And now she's in I think I saw her in the preview for the Minecraft movie, or it might have been something else. I forget.
Interesting. Is this live at the Canadian $5? RDJ alone is worth at least $50 million, unless he takes a significant pay cut. Plus, are we blind? Deploy the likes.
We blind? Deploy the garrison.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.